GH. Every morning presents us with stories that test our understanding of leadership, accountability, justice, and the society we want to build. Today, we begin with questions around power and responsibility. What happens when political actors face scrutiny? How do institutions respond when public figures are caught in controversy? And how do we ensure that the pursuit of justice is guided by fairness, transparency, and respect for due process? Across Ghana's political landscape, preparations are underway for the NPP regional executive elections, with nominations expected to open on 15th July. These internal elections will shape the leadership structure of the party at the regional level and could influence its future political direction. Meanwhile, the attention is also on developments involving the Economic and Organized Crime Office, EOCO, following the arrest of Dennis Miracles Abuaje Dennis Miracles Abuaje remains in custody after reportedly failing to meet his bail conditions, which include a 50 million Ghana cedi bail requirement with 3 sureties. His legal team has raised concerns, and this morning will bring you their perspective as well as EOCO's position on the matter. Freefa's arrests is also linked to allegations surrounding chaos and disturbances, and has also generated public discussion about political conduct, public order, and accountability. As these issues unfold, one important principle remains. In a democracy, institutions must be allowed to do their work while citizens demand transparency and fairness. Would also reflect on the passing of Yana with tributes from President John Dramani Mahama and former President Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, as Ghana remembers a traditional leader whose role formed part of the country's cultural and historical identity. But beyond the headlines, there are stories about purpose, inspiration, and the power of a single voice. Later this morning, we'll sit down with Nanak, popularly known as Nanak Abrante, a spoken word artist, an author, climate advocate, entrepreneur, and youth mentor who has used creativity as a tool for impact. His journey raises an important question. In a world filled with noise, how do we find our voice and use it to create meaningful change? This is ABC in the morning. I am ABENA MANTE. Stay with us. Today we have a lot for you on the show, as I have told you earlier, and so you can catch the show on TV as you're watching, or if you're on your way to work, wherever you're going, you can still watch the show. We are streaming live Facebook and YouTube, ABC News GH. Please subscribe to the page, like the page, and also interact with us. Leave a message and I'll be glad to read it for everybody's attention. Also interact with us via socials at ABC News GH _ at ABC News GH _ and our website is www.abcnewsgh.com, www.abcnewsgh.com. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. I'll open the phone lines at some point during the show so that you can call and share your thoughts with me. You call me on 024-725-7224, 024-725-7224. We'll bring you the newspaper highlights or the newspaper headlines, see what they are telling us, and all other conversations that matter today on the show. Again, thank you for joining me. After this quick break, we'll bring you the newspaper headlines. Do stay.
Works 2026. Speaking, Pastor Matthew Ashimolowo, Bishop Tudor Bismarck, Bishop Mike Okonko, Pastor Paul Adefarasin, and our conference host, Pastor Mensa Otabil. Date, Monday the 3rd of August to Friday the 7th of August 2026. Morning sessions, Tuesday to Friday. Time, 9 a.m. Evening sessions, Monday to Friday. Time, 5 p.m. each night. Venue, ICGC Christ Temple East. Special song ministrations by Joe Metal, Once More 6, Nathaniel Bassi, Dunsin Oyekan. For more details, visit gwcentral.org. Greater Works 2026. It's coming down.
The culture never chills, and neither do we. Viral moments, breaking stories, new drops, exclusive interviews, spotlight artists shaping the sound right now, and our African Star of the Week taking over timelines. Then it's straight to the top 10, the songs running the streets, owning your playlist and living rent-free in your head. No skips, just hits, pure vibes. This is the Rundown, your ultimate destination for everything entertainment.
Playing for your country, easy. Scoring, easy. Winning, easy. You know what be easy now? Kivo 4-in-1 Gary mix. Aye easy. It gets everything inside. Gary, creamer, sugar, roasted groundnuts. Just add water. Sharp my soakings make ready. Taste and energy. Made easy. I'm a match winner, but the real champion is Kivo 4-in-1 Gary mix. Champion taste.
Also available strawberry, coconut, and chocomore. This advert is FDA approved.
Some things never change. The meals we grew up loving, the taste that brings everyone together. Through every pot and every recipe, Gino remains the tomato mix you trust. Thick, red, rich. Gino truly cares. This advert is FDA approved.
Welcome back. You're still watching ABC in the morning live here on ABC News GH. Let's turn our attention to the newspapers. And we begin with the Daily Graphic. Nation mourns Yana Abukari II. President Akufo-Addo, Bawumia, others pay tribute. Okay, so the president, former President Akufo-Addo and former Vice President Bawumia, amongst other dignitaries, have all been eulogizing Yana Abukari II. Bono East secures 310. I wish to see what Bono East has secured there. Just a moment, but I'll come back to that. Government reaches final milestone in external debt restructuring. Well, that's great. That's a good one there. Bono East has secured some 310 projects. All right, let's move away from the Daily Graphic to some more newspapers. The Daily Guide newspaper is also reporting Yana Abukari II dies in South Africa. Mahama Bawumia mourn him. All right, okay, Techie hospitalized and please God. And also on the front page of the Daily Guide, release ex-NAFCO bosses £6.7 thousand phones damage to the Attorney General and Yoko. All right, I don't think this matter is going to die down anytime soon. Yoko lists 6 charges against Miracles Abuaje, accuses him of 55 million Ghana cedi stolen cash. All right, these are some of the stories on the front page of the Daily Guide newspaper. The Daily Times, Western North Regional Minister, I will win MC lead 2-day nationwide sanitation exercise in I will win municipality. And presidency defends 248 million Ghana cedi bill. All right. And rising burglaries and thefts leave BBNE residents alarmed. Well, the police, please, we are falling on you to ensure that these are reduced. Away from Daily Times, let's look at some more newspapers. The Ghanaian Times newspaper, Yana Mahama Bukari II laid to rest. DVLA impounds 85 illegally imported vehicles. Also on the front page of the Ghanaian Times, stronger deal structures key to unlocking mining finance. And overhaul public transport now. Nation losing over 4 billion Ghana cedis yearly to poor system. Experts say, well, there have been so many calls about our public transport system in the country. Well, we'll see how we are able to better deal with our public transport system in our country. And Dennis Miracles Abuaje, others under investigation over alleged 55 million public funds diversion. This is Iyoko saying so. Ochehene Osaje Fuamoti of a penny months passing of Yana Bukari II. These are the stories on the front page of the Ghanaian Times. Let's look at some more stories on the front pages of the newspapers. The Daily Searchlight is also reporting miracles granted lunatic bail by Iyoko. Lawyers lament conditions as impossible to meet. Also on the front page of the Daily Searchlight, power is transient. NPP warns following Iyoko's trial by public tactics. And GJA applauds government Zoom Lion media for successful cleanup exercise. And France and Spain do battle today to decide first spot in World Cup final. It's a reminder that the World Cup is still ongoing. The 2026 FIFA World Cup, we are down to the final four. That means the semi-finals are at this point going to be played. France versus Spain, and then Argentina versus England. Today, France and Spain take their turn. Let's move away from the Daily Searchlight newspaper. Away from the Daily Searchlight, let's look at some more stories on the front pages of the newspapers. The Chronicle newspaper is reporting American blogger commits suicide. It's a question. Please deploy homicide unit to airport residential area to unravel mystery. And Echima Watts asks court to cite Prophet Kwesi Boateng others for contempt. All right. And Ochehene pays tribute to Yane's legacy of peace. May the soul of Yana rest in peace. These are the stories on the front page of the Chronicle. You grab a copy of the Chronicle newspaper and other newspapers as we've read and read some more details into them. The Dispatch newspaper says Accra will bounce back after June 29 flood disaster. President Mahama says so. NPP national chairman elections. Can Paula Focus bring a surprise and win? It's a question. We see Bernard Intrubesi, popularly known as Chairman Won to me. We see Boachie Jakon. We see John Bodo, and then we see Paul Afoko. They are all vying for the chairmanship position of the New Patriotic Party. And serve or step aside, Dr. Julius Deborah slams executives for arrogance. And demands dignity for citizens. All right, the Dispatch newspaper. The Overseer is also reporting government mourns Yana Bukari II, hails legacy of peace in Dagbon. NPP General Secretary accuses Iyoko of public trial over Miracles Abuaje's arrest. And also more on the front page of the Overseer, Ghana nears completion of external debt restructuring after Saderia exchange. Okay. Honorable Felicia J meets Libya authorities to address plight of Ghanaian irregular migrants. These are the stories on the front page of the Overseer newspaper. Daybreak newspaper, GJA commends government, Zoom Lion and the media. NPP national chairmanship race. Afoko meets media today. All right. Sanction Nana Ayu a free year. Kweku Kwarteng tells party. And finally, Baumia Montiana Abukari Mahama the second. These are the stories on the front page of the Daybreak newspaper. The Enquirer, Julius Debra says development must translate into better lives for citizens. Indeed, Cocobot blocks fertilizer diversion. Mahama Cares, Cape Coast Teaching Hospital review partnership. And Freeman Isaac Boateng eyes NDC Eastern Regional Organizer post. All the best to you, Freeman Isaac Boateng, as you eye the post. Away from that, the Archives newspaper, NPP abandons darling boy Oketechie in custody. No visit, no solidarity protest as ringleader nurses his wounds. Wisdom Gomashi elected Buem NPP first vice chair. All right. Bole Bamboy NPP must unite for 2028 victory. Raphael Kuma says so. Okay. And Miracles accomplice refunding share of 55 million Ghana cedi loot. Mahama Care reviews partnership with Cape Coast Teaching Hospital. The Archives newspaper is reporting. They say they are profiling the facts. BNFT, free fertilizer returns as Cocoa Board resets farmer support. Okay. Debt defaults squeeze businesses. Please pay your debt. It will help other businesses also access loans and then help us improve as a country. Global mining engineering firm expands footprint through local partner. And there's a breakthrough. What is it about? Government takes final step in external debt restructuring with Saderia settlement. All right, these are the stories for BNFT. Metro Lens reports Yoko's bill conditions cruel and oppressive. Rule of law is upside down. Atachia says so. Ochehene mourns the demise of Yana Abukari II. Yana Abukari II to be honored with third day prayers. All right. These are the stories on the Metro Lens newspaper. The analyst, miracles under 55 million Ghana cedi probe. Iyoko says so. GJA commends government, Zoom Lion and media for successful cleanup exercise. Iyoko accused of unlawfully detaining Haruna's property. At this point, the NPP says that Iyoko is just targeting opposition voices. Is that so? We will see. These are all the stories we have for you on the various newspapers this morning on ABC in the morning. You should grab a copy of any of these newspapers and read some more into them. We'll take a break. When we return, we'll turn our attention to stories that matters. The statements have been released by presidents, former presidents on the passing of Yana Abukari. I'll read those statements to you. And then we'll also pay attention to Iyoko and matters arising. At this point, the most prominent matter that's making the airwaves is member of NPP communications team, Dennis Miracles Abwaju, who has been arrested by Iyoko. We'll read more into it, what Iyoko is saying, what his lawyers are also saying. This is ABC in the morning. Please stay with us.
Works 2026. Speaking, Pastor Matthew Ashimolowo, Bishop Tudor Bismarck, Bishop Mike Okonko, Pastor Paul Adefarasin, and our conference host, Pastor Mensa Otabil. Date, Monday the 3rd of August to Friday the 7th of August 2026. Morning sessions, Tuesday to Friday. Time, 9 a.m. Evening sessions, Monday to Friday. Time, 5 p.m. each night. Venue, ICGC Christ Temple East. Special song ministrations by Joe Metal, Once More 6, Nathaniel Bassi, Dunsin Oyekan. For more details, visit gwcentral.org. Greater Works 2026. It's coming down.
Baby, we are second. So you be tum pon ne gina advert. Yes, why is your baby advert no you tum pon na kwala nim dia.
Do you need a media house to shoot quality TV ad for your company or products? Bring your company's vision to life.
And me come from media house we am potential films. So you must so you must don't worry. So open to you tum pon e cost you through advert dia contact woman.
We help businesses build their brands.
Ukraine omoduma hote omo quality can me somebody try.
Reach their target audience and ultimately drive sales and revenue growth.
Show me be new. Omoduma is perfect. Contact no good script about your product, sound, jet. They'll give you quality pictures. How do you see it? How do you feel it? Wow. So put your young on Makasa. First number 0541 16 28 28. I'm repeating 0541 16 28 28. Call them.
Potential Films. We believe.
Some things never change. The meals we grew up loving, the taste that brings everyone together. Through every pot and every recipe, Gino remains the tomato makes you trust. Thick, red, rich. Gino truly cares. This advert is FDA approved.
Back, you're still watching ABC in the morning. We'll begin the conversation around Dennis Miracles Abuaje, who was arrested by Iyoko. Yesterday around this time, the NPP said that Dennis Miracles Abuaje had been denied access to his lawyers, had been denied access to his family. His family did not know where he was being held by Iyoko. And so by mid-morning, you'll see that a lot of NPP supporters, sympathizers of Dennis Miracles Abuaje himself were at Iyoko, the forecourt of Iyoko, picketing, demanding the release of Miracles Abuaje. I'll read the statement Iyoko released yesterday concerning why they had picked up Miracles Abuaje and had him in their custody. And then would also listen to his lawyers. His lawyers have said that the bail conditions that have been set for Miracles Abuaje's release is too high. It's quite draconian. We've already established here in conversations we've had with lawyers over a while is that bail conditions are not supposed to be punitive. But let me read the statements by Iyoko, the economic and organized crime of Dennis Miracles Abuaje. For immediate release press statement, arrest of Dennis Abuaje, aka Miracles, and Gerald Appiah in respect of 55 million Ghana cedis investigations into the Interministerial Coordinating Committee on Decentralization, and it's dated 13th July 2026. The Economic and Organized Crime Office, Iyoko, wishes to inform the general public that, beg your pardon, it has arrested Mr. Dennis Edward Abuaje, former Executive Secretary of the Interministerial Coordinating Committee on Decentralization, in connection with ongoing investigations into alleged financial and procurement-related irregularities at the Secretariat. The arrest follows extensive investigations commenced by Iyoko after receiving a petition from the current Executive Secretary of IMCCOD requesting further investigations into a forensic audit conducted into the affairs of the Secretariat covering the period from 1st August 2022 to 2nd February 2025. The investigations, which commenced last year following an initial forensic audit of the IMCCOD and the subsequent petition, concerned the suspected misappropriation, misapplication, diversion, theft of public funds amounting to about 55 million Ghana cedis. The former executive secretary of the IMCCOD, Mr. Dennis Abuaje, aka Miracles, the former accountant of IMCCOD, Mr. Gerald Appiah, and others are under investigation for suspected offences, including 1. Conspiracy to steal and stealing, 2. Using public office for profit, 3. Causing financial loss to the state, 4. Dissipation of public funds, 5. Defrauding by false pretenses, 6. Money laundering, and 7. Other suspected offences. Iyoko notes that Gerald Appiah literally began returning the loot of funds connected to the crimes under investigation. These recoveries do not and by themselves conclude the investigative process, neither does it absolve any suspect of any crime. Following significant new findings last week relating to suspected fraud and theft involving Mr. Dennis Abuaje, who is already aware of the investigation and has already visited the office on it, Iyoko initiated an operational plan to effect his arrest this week. As part of this process, Mr. Abuaje was placed on the stop order a week ago to prevent any sudden travel that could impede the investigation this week. Unknown to the office, he had already departed the country. Upon his arrival at the Kotoka International Airport on Saturday night, officers of the Ghana Immigration Service executed the stop order and handed Mr. Abuaje over to Iyoko on Sunday morning. He subsequently accompanied investigators on a search on Sunday, which is expected to continue today. Iyoko further confirms that Mr. Abuaje will be granted bail in accordance with the Constitution and the laws of Ghana. Likewise, Mr. Gerald Appiah is expected to complete his bail conditions today and will be released while investigations continue. Iyoko remains committed to conducting its investigations professionally, impartially, and strictly within the law. The office will continue to respect the constitutional rights of all persons under investigation while pursuing its mandate to investigate economic and organized crime and recover public assets. The public is assured that further updates will be provided when appropriate. And this is the statement by Iyoko on Dennis Miracles Abuaje and one Gerald Appiah on these matters. While Suleiman Brahma has also weighed in on the arrest of Dennis Miracles Abuaje. Suleiman Brahma of the Media Foundation of West Africa. This is a statement or a post he made on Facebook. I will read the post he made on Facebook for you. He says, arrest of Miracles Abuaje and Iyoko statement. And Iyoko states, today, Iyoko issued a statement confirming the arrest of Dennis Miracles Abuaje. While I fully support anti-corruption actions by state law enforcement bodies, I will want such actions to be fair and decorous. Anti-corruption law enforcement actions that have a semblance of show of force or abuse of power are non-progressive. Iyoko's statement says, 1. Miracles was aware of its investigations and has been to Iyoko office in relation to the matter. 2. Iyoko had placed him on a stop order meant to prevent him from leaving the country and possibly not returning. Words in bracket, not mine. 3. Apparently, Miracles had traveled out of the country. The Iyoko statement doesn't disclose whether he traveled out before or after the stop order, but that does not matter at this stage. What matters is that he did not seek refuge at wherever he he traveled to. He was returning to the country. Now, the Iyoko statement doesn't say Iyoko had been searching for Miracles without finding him. It doesn't say Miracles had been declared wanted. It doesn't say Miracles had gone into hiding. It doesn't say Miracles had flouted any court order to travel out of the country. It doesn't say Miracles had refused to attend to Iyoko invitations. It doesn't say the investigations had reached a stage where Miracles needed to be stopped and arrested immediately anywhere he was found. So what was the rationale for arresting him on his arrival from his travel? Couldn't he have been arrested the next day, Monday, if he needed to be arrested immediately? It is important to investigate, prosecute, and recover every looted state funds, but the process must be fair and do not create avenues for legitimate accusations of show of force or abuse of power. And this is Suleiman Abrante, the Executive Director of the Media Foundation of West Africa, weighing in on the arrest of Dennis Miracles Abuaje. Following the arrest, NPP members, sympathizers, supporters stormed the forecourt of Iyoko picketing and demanding the release of Dennis Abuaje. It was throughout the day yesterday. Into the evening, his lawyers would address the media on the bail conditions that had been set for Dennis Miracles Abuaje. Let's listen to his legal team.
No. Over 4 hours. Marking time until we got our turn. In the final analysis, the bail conditions are cruel and oppressive. Look at this very hour. They are about to exceed the 48 hours as enshrined in the Constitution. Where is this gentleman going to get, 3 sureties, 50 million as a bail sum, and then the properties should worth 50 million, and 2 should post that properties. How are we going to do it? So you can see clearly that terms are cruel, and it's a way to punish him some more. It's not possible for us to post these securities at this critical hour. And I could say that the rule of law is sitting upside down. It's very unfortunate.
So will he be released today?
How is he going to be released? How is he going to post the bail bonds? How is he going to do it? 50 million Ghana cedis, 3 sureties, 2 to be justified. That means 2 of them should post properties. I do not see why, in the civility of things, a man who is coming to Ghana to be arrested and kept all this while. Because the past record is showing that they've invited him here. Look, you interrogate a man and you are running over 4 hours. Marking time until we got our turn. In the final analysis, the bail conditions are cruel and oppressive.
Well, so that is Samuel Atachia, legal representative for Dennis Miracles Abuaje. He says that the bail conditions are cruel and 50 million Ghana cedis, and again concerns about whether Dennis Miracles Abuaje could not have been arrested on Monday instead of Sunday, especially as he was returning the country. By all indications, he was not running from justice. He was not running from the country. He was indeed returning into the country. So what really is the basis for Iyoko using the process that it used? So many people have raised concerns about Iyoko's conduct over the past year, that Iyoko's stance or Iyoko's actions seem to allow people to read certain meanings into the actions of Iyoko, that it is targeting opposition voices. But is it indeed targeting opposition voices? Iyoko's name, Economic and Organized Crime Office, they are dealing with economic crimes, organized crimes. And so if they believe that somebody has looted public funds, has spent public funds, has stolen public funds, they go after the person. But really, couldn't it have been done better? Again, for those who say it could have been done better, Has Iyoko flouted any rules or laws? These are questions that many have asked, questions that, well, indeed, you could read meaning to depending on where, or actions you could read meaning to depending on where you're standing and the angle at which you're looking at this situation. Since his arrest, there's just been a lot of conversation on social media. I've read many commentary on the arrest of Dennis Miracles Abuaje, those who believe that, well, there really is nothing wrong with what Iyoko has done, and others who say that this is an affront to justice, an affront to the rights and freedoms of Dennis Miracles Abuaje. And this is a precedent that we set, and it becomes the norm. And so political parties, especially the government in power, should take a look at it again. We've already heard comments like, when power changes hands, we should not blame the party that would be in power if they also retaliate. But no, when it comes to matters like this, are we looking at retaliation? And so does our politics become a retaliatory politics, where we look at what this person is doing and say that just give us time, give time some time, it will be our turn soon, and then we would also do the same thing. When the shoe is on the other foot, you would see how we will address matters like this. But indeed, for a figure like Dennis Miracles Abuaje, could he run away? Especially as at the time he was arrested, he was returning into the country. If he's returning into the country, it means that, he's coming back into his country. He, like the statement says, he's already been informed that he's already aware of the investigations. He's already aware of his role in this investigations, why he's being investigated and all. And so it doesn't look like there's anything that is on his blind side. And like Iyoko again says, when they released that order, the stop order, or they were not aware whether he was in the country or not. If he knew about the order and he was coming into the country, it means that he knew what was waiting for him there. And so what was Iyoko afraid of, for which they had to arrest Dennis Miracles Abuaje on a Saturday evening and then have him in Iyoko custody on Sunday evening? Could they not have waited until Monday? But really, maybe it's reasons for which they believe that it was prudent that Dennis Miracles Abuaje be arrested on Sunday. But it really opens the floodgates for a lot of questions to be asked. And my problem is that the floodgates of retaliation that we have opened, how do we manage situations like this? How do we really manage situations like this, especially concerning figures that are popular, figures that we know, figures that can be raised? You know him, you know where you can find him. He's not somebody who could fly under the radar for even a day or a week. And so could Iyoko have managed the situation differently? We're looking forward to speaking with a political analyst on this matter of Iyoko and Dennis Miracles Abuaje, and what more, since his lawyers say that the bail conditions are cruel and he's unable to satisfy the bail conditions at the time that he was asked to, because the 48 hours that is mandated by the law that you could be kept had already been elapsing, and that it was at the time that the bail conditions were set. He's unable to satisfy them. It means that he stays in custody of Iyoko. Is it deliberate? Are these draconian conditions a deliberate attempt by Iyoko to keep him, as many have said, concerning other cases that have been, or other matters that have been linked to or with Iyoko? This is the matter at this point. This is the matter at this point. Dennis Abuaje. And so we'll continue following it. We look forward to speaking with a lawyer, a political analyst on this matter. We'll speak with Nanak Ajiman. At this point, we've not been able to establish contact with Nanak Ajiman. When we do, we would bring you a conversation with him concerning this. What does it mean? Is this political witch hunting? There are those who believe that at this point these matters are just political witch hunts, that everybody should see it as such. But is it so? Is it indeed political witch hunt that we are seeing? Well, we'll continue following that matter. But let me take a very quick break. When I return, that's the many condolence messages following the demise of Yana Bukari Mahama II. He has been eulogized in many ways and by many others in the country. I'll read all of the statements that have followed since the announcement of the demise of Yana Abukari Mahama II, the overlord of Dagbon. But I also remind you that when we get in touch with our guest, we'll bring you the conversation on Dennis Miracles Abwaje, what it means for our political landscape and the political chess game that is being played. You stay with us here on ABC in the morning. We'll be back.
Second, so you never too poor, need an advert. Let's why I saw by your advert, no, you never too poor, not for any media.
Do you need a media house to shoot quality TV ad for your company or product? Bring your company's vision to life.
And then come from media house we are now. Potential films. So you must, so you must, don't worry. So open to you too poor, a course you true advert there. Contact woman.
We help businesses build their brands.
Quality
reach their target audience and ultimately drive sales and revenue growth.
Perfect. Contact no good script about your product. Sound jet. They'll give you quality pictures. How do you see it? How do you feel it? Wow. So picture we now on Makasa. First number 0541 16 28 28. I'm repeat 0541 16 28 28. Call them. Number one,
Potential Films. We believe in
Greater Works 2026. Speaking, Pastor Matthew Ashimolowo, Bishop Tudor Bismarck, Bishop Mike Okonko, Pastor Paul Adefarasin, and our conference host, Pastor Mensa Otabil. Date, Monday the 3rd of August to Friday the 7th of August 2026. Morning sessions, Tuesday to Friday. Time, 9 a.m. Evening sessions, Monday to Friday. Time, 5 p.m. each night. Venue, ICGC Christ Temple East. Special song ministrations by Joe Metal, Once More 6, Nathaniel Bassi, Dunsin Oyekan. For more details, visit gwcentral.org. Greater Works 2026. It's coming down.
The culture never chills, and neither do we. Viral moments, breaking stories, new drops, exclusive interviews, spotlight artists shaping the sound right now, and our African Star of the Week taking over timelines. Then it's straight to the top 10, the songs running the streets, owning your playlist and living rent-free in your head. No skips, just heat, pure vibes. This is the Rundown, your ultimate destination for everything entertainment.
Playing for your country, easy. Scoring, easy. Winning, easy. You know what be easy now? Kivo 4-in-1 Gary mix. Easy. It gets everything inside. Gary, creamer, sugar, roasted granules. Just add water. Sharp my soakings make ready. Taste and energy. Made easy. I'm a match winner, but the real champion is Kivo 4-in-1 Gary mix. Champion taste.
Also available, strawberry, coconut, and chocomore. This advert is FDA approved.
Baby, we are second. So you never too poor. Need an advert. Let's why I saw by your advert. No, you never too poor. Not for any media.
Do you need a media house to shoot quality TV ad for your company or product? Bring your company's vision to life.
And then come from media house we are now. Potential films. So you must, so you must. Don't worry. So open to you too poor. A course you true advert there. Contact woman.
We help businesses build their brands.
ukureni omo dwuma ho te omo quality camera so mritwa
reach their target audience, and ultimately drive sales and revenue growth.
Omo be new. Omo dwuma ye perfect. O contact no be good script about your product. Sound jet. They will give you quality pictures. How do you see it? How do you feel it? Wow. So
things never change. The meals we grew up loving, the taste that brings everyone together through every pot and every recipe. Gino remains the tomato mix you trust. Thick, red, rich. Gino truly cares. This advert is FDA approved.
Playing for your country, easy. Scoring, easy. Winning, easy. You know what be easy now? Kivo 4-in-1 Gary mix. Easy. It gets everything inside. Gary, creamer, sugar, roasted groundnuts. Just add water. Sharp my soakings make ready. Taste and energy. Made easy. I'm a match winner, but the real champion is Kivo 4-in-1 Gary mix. Champion taste.
Also available strawberry, coconut, and chocomore. This advert is FDA approved.
The culture never chills, and neither do we. Viral moments, breaking stories, new drops, exclusive interviews, spotlight artists shaping the sound right now, and our African star of the week taking over timelines. Then it's straight to the top 10, the songs running the streets, owning your playlist and living rent-free in your head. No skips, just hits, pure vibes. This is the Rundown, your ultimate destination for everything entertainment.
Greater Works 2026. Speaking, Pastor Matthew Ashimolowo, Bishop Tudor Bismarck, Bishop Mike Okonko, Pastor Paul Adefarasin, and our conference host, Pastor Mensa Otabil. Date, Monday the 3rd of August to Friday the 7th of August 2026. Morning sessions, Tuesday to Friday. Time, 9 a.m. Evening sessions, Monday to Friday. Time, 5 p.m. each night. Venue, ICGC Christ Temple East. Special song ministrations by Joe Metal, Once More 6, Nathaniel Bassi, Dunsin Oyekan. For more details, visit gwcentral.org. Greater Works 2026. It's coming down.
welcome back. You're still watching ABC in the morning live here on ABC News GH. Let's turn our attention to the passing of His Majesty Yana Abukari II. His Majesty Yana Abukari II was the overlord of the people of Dagbon. Following the announcement of his passing, many have mourned, but tributes have poured in for him, eulogizing the Yana for an exceptional leadership for the people of Dagbon. I'll start with a statement from the presidency. I read a statement from the presidency, from the former president, the former vice president, and the Ochehene Osajifo Amotio for Ipenyi, who has also eulogized the Yana. This is a statement from the presidency. It's dated Monday, July 13, 2026. The government of Ghana mourns with the people of Dagbon on the passing of His Majesty Yana Abukari Mahama II. The government of Ghana has received with profound sadness the news of the passing of His Majesty Yana Abukari Mahama II. On behalf of the government of Ghana, His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama extends his deepest condolences to the royal family, the people of Dagbon, and the entire nation during this period of immense grief. His Majesty will be remembered as a distinguished traditional ruler whose reign brought healing, reconciliation, and lasting peace to Dagbon. Following years of conflict, his unwavering commitment to unity, stability, and the welfare of his people created an enabling environment for development and strengthened the enduring partnership between the traditional authorities and the government in advancing progress across Dagbon and Ghana. The government pays tribute to the life and legacy of Yana Abukari Mahama II and honors his invaluable service to the nation. May his wisdom, leadership, and dedication to peace continue to inspire future generations. May his soul rest in perfect peace. And this is signed Felix Kwache Ofosu, who is the spokesperson to the President and Minister Government Communications. This follows the death of Yana Abukari Mahama II, the overlord of Dagbon, who has passed. May his soul rest in perfect peace. Former President Nana Addo Akufo-Addo has also been eulogizing the former, has also eulogized Yana Mahama Abukari Mahama II. This is a post he made on his socials, both on X and also Facebook. I have been informed that the customary announcement serving notice of the sad passing of His Majesty Yana Mahama Abukari II, overlord of the Dagbon Kingdom, has been issued by the Bewa Palace in Yendi, a great figure of unity, strength, and the enduring legacy of a proud and dignified people. Yana Mahama Abukari II joins the illustrious list of Dagbon royals who have enabled the steady progress of Dagbon for over 3 centuries. He was pivotal to solving what, for years on end, became known as the Dagbon crisis, when he was then the chief of Savlugu, Yona, which eventually culminated in his ultimate rise to the apex of Dagbon namship as Yana during my tenure as President of the Republic. He and 2 younger princes at the time, with mutual respect and affection, accepted my advice towards the implementation of the special solution to the special circumstances of the Dagbon Kingdom at the time. I was deeply honored when he conferred on me the title Na Abudani in 2020 as recognition of my efforts towards the reconciliation process in Dagbon, when I joined him in Yendi to celebrate the first Damba festival following his enskinment. It is an honor I will always treasure. His reign has been marked by a rapid resurgence of dignity, pride, unity, and cultural renaissance across Dagbon. I urge the chiefs, kingmakers, and elders of Dagbon to ensure that his legacy is cemented by ensuring a smooth and peace transition in line with the time-tested customs and traditions of Dagbon. It is reassuring to note that a regent has already been successfully enskinned. I call on all well-meaning Ghanaians to support him and the people of Dagbon during this difficult period. My wife Rebecca and I extend our deepest sympathies and condolences to his family, the chiefs, elders, and good people of Dagbon. May his soul rest in perfect peace in the bosom of the Almighty until the last day of the resurrection, when we shall all meet again. And this is former President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo eulogizing the Yana who has passed away, Yana Mahama Abukari II. Following the death of Yana, former Vice President and also the flag bearer of the NPP, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, has also eulogized the Yana. I would read Dr. Bawumia's statement, which he posted on his socials. This is also dated 13th July 2026. 13th July 2026. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia condoles with Dagbon on the eternal travel of His Majesty Indan Yana Abukari Mahama II. To Allah we belong completely, and to Him shall we return ultimately. It is with grief that I send my sincere condolences to the chiefs and people of the Dagbon Kingdom on the passing of Indan Yana Abukari Mahama II. Indan Yana II emerged as the king of Dagbon during one of the most challenging periods in Dagbon history, and with ancestral wisdom and patience, he guided the ancient kingdom towards peace, unity, and prosperity. His reign was short but very impactful, though through his wise leadership, he united families once broken and healed a society greatly fractured before him. He represented a blend of tradition and modernity perfectly in the way he led Dagbon. He constantly advocated for and lobbied for major developmental projects in Dagbon. At the personal level, I benefited immensely from his counsel during my time as Vice President of Ghana and later as the presidential candidate of the New Patriotic Party. It was always an honor to pay him homage at the ancient Dewa Palace and to draw from his immeasurable wisdom and guidance. His passing marks a great loss to me, to the Dagbon Kingdom, and to Ghana as a whole. May Allah comfort his immediate family, the chiefs and people of Dagbon, and Ghana as a whole. It is a painful affliction. And this is from Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, presidential candidate of the NPP. And finally, I would read a statement, a tribute coming from the Ochehene Osajifo Amoetiofo Penyin, who's mourning the passing of Yana Abukari II. The Ochehene Osajifo Amoetiofo Penyin has received with profound shock and deep sorrow the news of the passing of Yana Abukari II, overlord of Dagbon. Yana Abukari II was a towering symbol of peace, unity, and statesmanship. His reign brought to a close one of the most painful chapters in the history of northern Ghana through the amicable resolution of the protracted Dagbon chieftaincy crisis. His leadership demonstrated that dialogue, reconciliation, and mutual respect remains the safest foundations, the surest foundations for lasting peace. He was the epitome of tolerance, wisdom, and compassion. These rare qualities enabled him to redefine traditional leadership as a powerful instrument for national cohesion and development. His influence extended far beyond the borders of Dagbon, as he worked closely with traditional authorities across Ghana to build consensus on matters of national importance and promote harmony among the country's diverse communities. Ocheman remains eternally grateful for his years of friendship, engagement, and invaluable counsel. Osajifo recalls with gratitude Yana Abukari II's acceptance of the invitation to serve as special guest of honor during the celebration marking the 20th anniversary of his ascension to the Oforipenyin stool. On that memorable occasion, the late king passionately advocated reforms to the Council of State to ensure greater participation by traditional authorities in the governance of the nation. His passing is a tremendous loss to Ghana. Ochiman has lost a cherished brother, a respected father figure, and a trusted friend. His legacy of peace, reconciliation, and visionary leadership will continue to inspire generations yet unborn. On behalf of the chiefs and people of Ochiman, Osajifo Amotio Oforipenyin extends his deepest condolences to the royal family of Dagbon, the gates of Dagbon, the chiefs and people of the kingdom, and all Ghanaians who mourn this irreplaceable loss. The greatest tribute that can be paid to the memory of Yana Abukari II is to preserve the peace, unity, and reconciliation that he tirelessly championed throughout his life. May his enduring example continue to guide Dagbon, Ochiman, and all traditional areas in Ghana as they work together for the progress and prosperity of the nation. And these are the tributes that have poured in for Yana Mahama Abukari II, who has passed away. May his soul rest in peace, and condolences to the people of Dagbon following the death of the overlord of the Dagbon kingdom. We'll take a break. When we return, the Ghana Association of Banks have released a statement concerning the conduct of an MP. What statement is that? What MP is that? We'll read that after this break. Stay with us.
The culture never chills, and neither do we. Viral moments, breaking stories, new drops, exclusive interviews, spotlight artists shaping the sound right now, and our African star of the week taking over timelines. Then it's straight to the top 10, the songs running the streets, owning your playlist and living rent-free in your head. No skips, just hits, pure vibes. This is the Rundown, your ultimate destination for everything entertainment.
Playing for your country, easy. Scoring, easy. Winning, easy. You know what be easy now? Kivo 4-in-1 Gary mix. Easy. It gets everything inside. Gary, creamer, sugar, roasted groundnuts. Just add water. Sharp my soakings make ready. Taste and energy. Made easy. I'm a match winner, but the real champion is Kivo 4-in-1 Gary mix. Champion taste.
Also available strawberry, coconut, and chocomore. This advert is FDA approved.
Some things never change. Trends come and go, but in your cooking, you still choose a tomato mix you trust. Because real quality never changes. Thick, red, rich. Gino truly cares. This advert is FDA approved.
Greater Works 2026. Speaking, Pastor Matthew Ashimolowo, Bishop Tudor Bismarck, Bishop Mike Okonko, Pastor Paul Adefarasin, and our conference host, Pastor Mensa Otabil. Date, Monday the 3rd of August to Friday the 7th of August 2026. Morning sessions, Tuesday to Friday. Time, 9 a.m. Evening sessions, Monday to Friday. Time, 5 p.m. each night. Venue, ICGC Christ Temple East. Special song ministrations by Joe Metal, Once More 6, Nathaniel Bassi, Dunsin Oyekan. For more details, visit gwcentral.org. Greater Works 2026. It's coming down.
back. You're still watching ABC in the Morning Live here on ABC News GH. Last Friday and Saturday were 2 days set aside by government for a cleanup exercise following the floods that hit many parts of the country on June 29. And on Friday, heads of institutions, the military and other allied bodies were to engage in the cleanup exercise with some citizens who had the time to also help or also join the exercise. Saturday was a day that was set aside for everybody to weigh in by also clearing our gutters, clearing our frontage, all of this cleanup exercise in a bid to, aid sanitation, because we know that our sanitation in the country is not the best. There were concerns raised about calling on citizens to do this work when we've been paying sanitation levy and other levies that should ensure that this sanitation is done, especially when we know that we have an enforcement issue. One person who has come under a lot of scrutiny is the MP for Kankwe North, Theresa Ladi Awuni, who stormed Cowbank, one of the Cowbank branches in her constituency, demanding that people leave and go and clean the frontage, asking Cowbank, the manager, the workers, why are you not cleaning? But the concern was that the president or the Interior Ministry has not declared Friday a holiday. And so are you saying that a day that has not been declared a holiday, people cannot work? And indeed, we saw that a lot of shops were closed. To the point where I saw a video where an MC was asking a pharmacy to close. And my question was, is a pharmacy not providing essential services? Would you go to a hospital and ask them to close because there should be cleaning? Well, following the conduct of Theresa Ladi Awuni, the Ghana Association of Banks have released a statement condemning her actions. But first, let me abreast to you of what Theresa Awuni, the MP for Kankwe North, did at Cowbank, and then I'll read the Ghana Association of Banks statements for you.
The least you can do, banks are not accepted. The least you can do is clean your frontage. Major Parliament, Nana, maybe that you got a moment, Namuji Dista. You got some manager.
Hey, on a man in red. How come you move, friend?
I guess I'll be telling you. Manager, good morning. The president directed to move your money. The least you can do is clean your frontage. The least you can do, banks are not accepted. The least you can do is clean your frontage. Major Parliament, Nana, maybe that you got a moment, Namuji Dista. You got some manager.
Hey, on a man in red. How come you move, friend?
I guess I'll be telling you. Manager, good morning. The president directed to move your money. The least you can do is clean your frontage. The least you can do, banks are not accepted. The least you can do is clean your frontage. Major Parliament, Nana, maybe that you got a moment, Namuji Dista. You got some manager.
Hey, on a man in red. How come you move, friend?
I guess I'll be telling you. Manager, good morning. The president directed to move your money. The least you can do is clean your frontage. The least you can do, banks are not accepted. The least you can do is clean your frontage. Major Parliament, Nana, maybe that you got a moment, Namuji Dista. You got some manager.
Hey, on a man in red. How come you move, friend?
I guess I'll be telling you.
And so that is the MP for Kankwe North, Theresa Ladi Awuni, who says, "Meme jai mejuma wa Parliament na memra metete gata mu mamo." Ma'am, we pay taxes, we pay levies, we pay sanitation levy. On Friday, one of the things I said was that yes, it is very important that we support this initiative. I mean, It's for our own good. But beyond that, enforcement and compliance is important. If people have been paid to do the work and they are not doing it, somebody must pay the price. But if President is calling on all of us in a communal way to clean our environments because of an action that has, or something that has occurred, you don't go about acting like a senior and they are junior. Like what was happening when we were in SHS. You've not cleaned, you've not done this, you've not done this. And that is how I saw the thing. I saw somebody doing squats because they said he was not cleaning. We are in a democracy. We are in a democracy where the rule of law is working. Sacking people from pharmacies. I'm sick, I'm going to get medicine. You're telling a pharmacy to close. Telling shops to close. And I saw a shop owner say that he's paid taxes and levies, and so you cannot tell him to close his shop. There's so much to unpack about this. I hope that the Ministry of Local Government, when they sit down to assess last Friday and Saturday's process, would tweak it, would look at where they fell short, where the nation fell short in calling people to come and help, so that we don't see some of these things that happen. It was very, very unfortunate to see some MPs, some MCs act the way they acted during this period. But the Association of Banks have released a statement. Let me read that for you. It's dated July 13, 2026. Ghana Association of Banks, public statement on the conduct of the Member of Parliament for Kankwe North constituency towards a member bank of the Ghana Association of Banks. The Ghana Association of Banks, GAB, has taken note of an incident that occurred on Friday, July 10, 2026 at a branch of one of its member banks, in which the Member of Parliament for the Okankwe North constituency reportedly visited the branch, made disparaging remarks to a member of staff engaged in the bank's cleanup activities, and indicated that she had contacted the managing director of the bank to convey her displeasure. As expressed in our local parlance, she has spoken her mind to him. GAB has become aware of this incident through footage and commentary circulating on social media and wishes to place the full context of the matter before the public. Background: banks as essential service providers. It is important to recall that during the nationwide restrictions imposed in 2020 in response to the COVID-19 pandemic, the government of Ghana, acting under the Imposition of Restrictions Act 2020, Act 1012, issued the Imposition of Restrictions Coronavirus COVID-19 Pandemic Instrument 2020 EI 65, Second Schedule Part A, Item 13. This instrument, together with subsequent instruments issued under Act 1012, expressly listed banks and other financial institutions among the essential service providers exempted from the restrictions on movement and business operations imposed during the partial lockdown of the Greater Accra and Kumasi metropolitan areas. This classification of the Bank of Ghana, banks and other deposit-taking institutions as essential service providers has remained a settled and well-understood position of successive Ghanaian administrations. GAB and member banks' participation in the national cleanup exercise. GAB and its member banks have consistently demonstrated esprit de corps and close collaboration with government on national programs that advance economic development, growth, security, safety, and the social protection of citizens, and will continue to partner government in this regard. With respect to the two-day national general cleaning exercise directed by the President following the recent floods, GAB and its member banks actively participated. On Thursday, 9th July 2026, GAB engaged the Greater Accra Regional Coordinating Council to request special dispensation for member bank branches to remain open to customers while actively participating in the cleanup exercise. GAB subsequently received the press release issued by the Ministry of Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs on the two-day exercise, which stated in part that to ensure full participation and effective execution of the exercise, all shops, markets, commercial establishments, corporate organizations, and other non-essential businesses within the affected regions shall remain closed between 6:30 a.m. and 1 p.m. Institutions providing essential and emergency services are exempt. As the Bank of Ghana, banks and other specialized deposit-taking institutions are listed and classified among essential service providers, Member bank branches were exempted from this closure requirement. In line with this, GAB directed all member banks to keep their branches open during the stated hours, while their staff actively participated in cleaning the immediate surroundings of their branch premises. This directive was carried out by member banks across the country, including the branch involved in the incident referenced above. GAB's position on the incident: it is against this background that the Ghana Association of Banks finds it deeply concerning and unfortunate to learn of an encounter in which a member of parliament is reported to have entered a member bank's branch, forced her way to the manager's office, and confronted branch staff, including reportedly describing a staff member engaged in a cleanup exercise in demeaning terms over the branch's decision to remain open. The Ghana Association of Banks wishes to state unambiguously that it does not condone any conduct by a member bank that flouts a lawful government directive, and will not hesitate to address such conduct when it occurs. Equally, GAB will not accept conduct by any individual or group of persons who seek to demean, intimidate, or undermine the integrity of staff of any of its member banks, who were at all times acting in full compliance with the applicable legal framework and government guidance. As law-abiding and significant tax-paying sector, we will not tolerate any such act of intimidation and use of abusive language on staff of our member banks by anyone or group of people. We wish to state clearly that the branch in question remained open to the public during the exercise precisely because banks are classified as essential service providers, and that notwithstanding the staff of the bank actively participated in the cleanup exercise as directed by Ghana Association of Banks and in the spirit of the President's national call to action. Conclusion: Ghana Association of Banks respectfully calls for a more measured and constructive engagement with member banks on matters of public interest and stand ready for further dialogue should that be required. GAB reaffirms its commitment to continued collaboration with government, parliament, and all relevant state institutions in every sphere that promotes the well-being of the Ghanaian economy and its citizens, and assures the public that its member banks remain fully committed to complying with government directive while responsibly serving the bank's needs of the nation. And it is signed John Ewua, the Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Association of Banks. Well, this is the statement by the Ghana Association of Banks. I found the conduct of the MP for Kankwe North very disappointing. And I would say that the way you enforced compliance on Friday and Saturday, we want to see our duty bearers do that in various places. We pay our taxes, sanitation taxes. Those who ought to work must work. If people are littering, it means that we are not enforcing laws. The laws must work. And so we must see our laws work. For how long can we always make a call to action that we should all come out and clean? Friday and Saturday, shops closed. That meant that the businesses they should have conducted during that period of closure was not conducted. This is a sacrifice to the nation. And so we want to also see our duty bearers sacrifice for us. And we shouldn't be hearing comments like what the MP made, that Ninja Parliament, you are not doing us a favor by being in Parliament. You sought our mandate to represent us. And so we want to hear that in your actions, in your speech, in your words, that you are serving us. Do not speak as if you are doing us a favor by asking us to vote you into Parliament to serve us. We saw people make such comments. It was quite laughable, some of these comments that were made. Somebody was even asking another branch's manager to show evidence that they had cleaned. Really? Let us see enforcement. Let us see compliance. Let us see our taxes working for us. Now we have cleaned the streets. We have desilted the gutters, the buildings and waterways. We want to see something done about them. When will they be pulled down? When will we ensure that we are not building in Ramsar sites, building in wetlands, building in waterways? These are the things we expect of our duty bearers. Well, that's all for the conversation here. I will take a break. When I return, we have a conversation to look at beyond the noise. Beyond the noise. I have a creative here to speak with me on the matter, a journey of that creative. Yes, Nanak Abrante. You stay with me. After this break, we'll be speaking with Nanak Abrante here on ABC in the morning, Beyond the Noise. Do stay.
Playing for your country, easy. Scoring, easy. Winning, easy. You know what be easy now? Kivo 4-in-1 Gary mix. Easy. It gets everything inside. Gary, creamer, sugar, roasted groundnuts. Just add water. Sharp my soakings make ready. Taste and energy. Made easy. I'm a match winner, but the real champion is Kivo 4-in-1 Gary mix. Champion taste.
Also available strawberry, coconut, and chocomore. This advert is FDA approved.
The culture never chills, and neither do we. Viral moments, breaking stories, new drops, exclusive interviews, spotlight artists shaping the sound right now, and our African star of the week taking over timelines. Then it's straight to the top 10, the songs running the streets, owning your playlist and living rent-free in your head. No skips, just heat, pure vibes. This is the Rundown, your ultimate destination for everything entertainment.
Baby, we are second. So you never too poor. Need an advert. Let's why I say by advert. No, you never too poor. Not for any media.
Do you need a media house to shoot quality TV ad for your company or products? Bring your company's vision to life.
And then make from media house we are now potential films. So you must so you must don't worry. So open to you too poor. A course you true advert there. Contact woman.
We help businesses build their brands.
Ukraine, quality,
reach their target audience, and ultimately drive sales and revenue growth.
Perfect. Contact good script about your product. Sound, jet. They'll give you quality pictures. How do you see it? How do you feel it? Wow. So picture now on Namakasa. First number 0541 16 28 28. I'm repeat 0541 16 28 28. Call them. Number one,
Potential Films. We believe in quality.
Some things never change. Trends come and go, but in your cooking, you still choose a tomato mix you trust. Because real quality never changes. Thick, red, rich. Gino truly cares. This advert is FDA approved.
You're welcome back. This is a conversation that you would love. My guest is called Nanak Kofi, but for the purposes of our conversation, we'll call him Nanak Abrante. He's a man of many talents, a jack of all trades, and a master of all. It's not a master of none. Nanak Abrante is a renowned spoken word artist. He's a poet, he is an author, a speaker, and a youth mentor, touching the hearts and minds of people with his gifts and talents. His craft exposes him to reach a wide range of audiences across the globe. Nanak is the founder and executive president for Awesome Thinkers Network International, a youth network that focuses on youth empowerment and the unleashing of great potentials, as well as into publication, where he offers services to clients in Africa and abroad. Currently, the defending champion and 2023 winner of the National Climate Change and Green Economy Contest by the Ministry of Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation and the Environmental Protection Agency. He's also the 2022 winner by Yongo, Earth Day winner by Yongo, a youth constituency under the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. An esteemed member of John C. Maxwell and Rob Hoskins' Change Your World program, a multiple winner for the Ashesi Design Lab Future Learning Hackathon 2020. He's also a finalist for both Unleash Hacks Ghana 2020 and UNICEF Generation Unlimited Youth Challenge 2019. He was also the campus ambassador for the International Model United Nations 2021 and district coordinator for the National Hard Spell. Nanak Abrante is a youth who really is into capacity building, mentorship, and design thinking. He mentors young people into personal growth and into student leadership. He also organizes and hosts conferences and outreach projects with his team to help unleash the potentials of young people. These initiatives reach out to over 7,000 young people, and his mentorship has touched many youth in Africa, Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, and Sierra Leone, amongst others. The USA, and in the USA, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Maryland, Chicago, Nevada, and California, among others. Canada and some parts of Europe, Austria, and the United Kingdom. He has taught many schools, universities, secondary and basic schools, and community groups across the regions, and has provided many healthcare services to deprived communities since 2021. Nanak has done a lot in a very he joins us here. He seeks to be a voice in the noise. Nanak, you are welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us. You have a long list of attributes. We are grateful that you've joined us this morning.
Thank you.
You are a poet, you're an author, you are an entrepreneur, a founder and president of Awesome Thinkers International. How do you do all of that?
Wow, I think it's by God's grace. Yes, it's by God's grace for me. I'm actually a product of God's grace, and when He gives you one thing and you work at it consistently, He gives you more and more and more. So it is not the little drops of water that makes a mighty ocean, but it's the consistent little drops of water that makes a mighty ocean. So
it's not the little drops of water that makes a mighty.
It is a consistent.
Okay.
Yes, the consistency in the little drops of water that makes a mighty ocean. So I'm just grateful to God for the talent He has given me, and it was just writing that I was actually exposed to. Then gradually it was developed. Then from there, it actually increased and multiplied into spoken word poetry. Then from there, I took my writing to a top notch in producing books, and currently I have 10 books to my credit now.
Interesting.
And still counting. Yeah. Then from there, I think I discovered that I could make a lot of impact. I couldn't be at a particular space at the same time. So then I can create a system whereby I can also mentor other youth leaders or other personnel who can also take it across.
Well, look at that one.
Yes.
But let's start with the person,
yes.
Nanak
Kofi.
Before Nanak,
yes,
obviously you are Nanak Kofi before the Nanak Abrante.
It's part of my name anyway.
It's part of it before the personality, the brand you built that everybody knows. Who's Nanak Kofi?
So Nanak Kofi name, it's a young humble gentleman, yes, who is an ardent believer of storytelling and artistic activism, and he's using his gift to make an impact in the life of young people. Yeah, so basically that's what I can say.
That's what you can say about it. Well, since we have you here, let's delve into your childhood.
Yes.
Who you were, what inspired you to begin one, and for the one that you began, spread into the many that you have become. Because now you're a man with many faces, a man with many personalities, and so depending on where we are meeting you, we are even meeting a poet, we are meeting an author,
full package.
Full package. Yes. So, where did you grow up? What really has shaped the person you have become?
Yeah. So I was born in Tema.
Okay.
Tema,
so you're a Tema boy.
Yes, Tema. But I was also raised in Ashaiman official town. That was where I was being raised. But so I think I was caught up between the two, so Tema and Ashaiman, just moving up and down depending on settlement and other things. And so, and I'm the firstborn of my parent, and I when I was growing up, I think I was very calm, like a shy person. I was not really exposed to public speaking or in the public. I was scared. I was timid.
Why were you scared?
I don't know. I felt like I wasn't good at speaking. Yes, and even in class like this, it was really, I can't even express myself properly. If it comes to maybe smaller units, I can. But in front of my own class, my peers, it was a big challenge for me. So you see how it is, and standing in front of thousands of people, a lot of people talking every day. So that actually shaped me, but I believe that there was something bigger inside of me, but I think I didn't get the clarity. Sometimes clarity doesn't come quickly, right? It takes time to unfold and all that. So, but one thing that never actually left me was my faith to walk, be in alignment in God. I think that also guided me and shaped me to who I am today. And yes, so there has been a whole lot of challenges on the path, but all that helped me shape me who I have become.
You talk about how you were scared. It was a challenge to speak in front of people, a wide audience of people. Fast forward to your adult years now. The thing you were scared of is the thing you do. You are a spoken word person. You're a speaker at places. At what point in your journey from there did you find out? Did it dawn on you that this is who I am? The voice I'm unable to use is a voice I must use. And so it became that spark, that light bulb moment that changed everything.
When I was entering into, or when I entered into secondary school, and I think when we go for preps, some of our seniors will come. We had Form 1s, we were gathered in a whole dining assembly hall. We would read and all that, like study for the following day, like preps and all that. So one of the seniors will come and call you to pray, either to pray or to just share a word, or just to introduce the evening that, okay, it's time for prep and all that. So I felt like anytime I was being called, there's this kind of how I get so nervous. I know, like, this senior is looking at me, or when I'm being tasked to carry out an assignment in front of the whole class. But interestingly, when I was in primary school, anytime maybe I wasn't a class prefect, I wasn't any of the prefect or any rep, but when maybe they are absent and the teacher wants me to maybe transmit an information to the class and he sees none of them, he will tell me to do that. And you know what I do? I go desk by desk.
To tell them? When you could have told the whole class?
Desk by desk. To tell them, say that by the time the teacher comes, like, part of the class know about, and then later the teacher will give me some strokes on my back and all that. So like I was like, no. And so when I entered into high school, I was like, I feel like this is something I'm supposed to do. It dawned on me that I think this is something, there is a whole purpose behind all these things, and God can turn this, what looks to be a challenge, into something meaningful that could make an impact. So personally for me, it's all a challenge. And also I actually struggled even reading some sentences or even reading myself like back then. So seeing the whole transformation thing, it also kind of reminds him that the seed has always been a forest. It just needed time to grow into it. The caterpillar has always been a butterfly. It just needed time. So all these things shaped me, but the whole thing really dawned on me back in high school. That was when the whole thing changed for me.
And when it changed, how did it also take off? Because you don't talk, or you don't like talking, now you decide to talk.
I was shy, very shy.
Very shy. You decide to talk. You could have just spoken to the few that were around you and kept it going. But you decided that you would run with the vision you had received. Why did you decide to start running with it, and why has it been a consistent run?
I feel like nothing is given to you until it comes from above. Yes. So what you have discovered about you so far is based on how well you have mined. So the gold that you discovered, there is more in there. The oil that you have discovered, there is more in there.
Right.
So I feel like, I think it's a whole call on me. I realized and I noticed that this is something I was born to do, and there's something that I'm being born to fix and to change the narrative with. And story, what makes your story powerful, what makes you a storyteller or a powerful speaker, is you being able to share your story, and also how meaningful people can relate and connect with, so that if people who might find themselves in your shoes or currently experiencing certain kind of challenges, they would also be inspired by the phase that you have come out from.
Well, you've done all of this. You've decided I'd run with it. You've decided that beyond running, you would bring people along. Your story is one that is poetry, that is climate change, that is mentorship, entrepreneurship, writing. You're an author of 10 books.
Yes.
So many things that you're doing at once. And you also say that you want to be a voice in the noise.
I'm actually the voice in the noise.
You are the voice in the noise. What is that about?
Wow. It's anytime I actually reflect on, I just give like thanks to God and all that. And with your question, being a voice in the noise, like I got to know there are so many speakers but few voices.
Tell us about that.
Yes, like it's just normal. There are many people who are speaking, but there is no weight behind what they are saying. Like it makes sense, but there is no force that really backs it. That's okay, this is something that can transform me, can actually encourage me, or even light fire beneath me to do better or do more. So I think that is what really made me, or that's the voice I actually felt even okay after. And to change your world, you first have to change the world. You first have to change your world first. So that was I actually got to know annoyance in my life, and I was able, by the grace of God, to identify it, then to be a voice in that noise. So that's how come also encouraged me and inspired me to also take it in stages and in phases in the world.
When you say you are the voice in the noise, what really is that about?
The message, the impact, the transformation, the growth, the encouragement, the resilience that is actually sparking into others, that okay, it is easy when you feel it is not the end of your life. It's actually a stepping stone to where God wants to take you. So it's all about a sense of purpose, letting people understand there is more to them than what they have been defined with, or their failure or their setbacks. They could do more. So that is what actually defines you being a voice in the noise, and also articulating things that is happening in the world and highlighting solutions to solve pressing needs in the world.
So you have 12 months in a year. We have 7 days in a week. As a voice in the noise, run us through how you put together your time to ensure that the message you want to send out, the story you're sending out, is getting to the right audience. Because if you're speaking, like you mentioned, people are speaking, but many may not hear it. And so as you have coined that name for yourself, you have created that niche for yourself that you want to unearth, birth something from people. Run us through how you decide to pick whatever demographic and ensure that what you are giving them sinks into it with them.
Yeah, so being a creative person, I said earlier, I'm an ardent believer of storytelling and artistic activism, because I believe that these are powerful change, communication, behavioral tools that can make a lasting impact. So one of the ways is through poetry that I'm doing that, I'm changing that, also through my books, and not just here in Ghana, but across, as mentioned, in some parts of Europe and also in America and Africa as well, and doing that. And so through my mentorship phase of where I've been able to raise leaders as well, like myself, and the other people who have co-mentored or co-partnered for us to achieve that goal. Then when it comes to my business models and all that too, that is areas that is also making an impact. And to change the world, I have to change your world. So these are little things I've started doing back then since 2017 till date now.
So you use yourself as a story for your people?
Yes, and also, yes, as a story myself, and also other people who have also been inspired. I also tag them along for us to impact together. So that's how.
That's how you've done it. That's very interesting. But there are sacrifices to all of these.
Very.
How you has this come at a cost to you? Personal cost?
You know, it costs to be a visionary. A visionary always sees what shall be.
Okay.
Right? But wakes up to what it is. A visionary will always see what shall be. But wakes up to what it is. That means that you're actually seeing something greater, but your circumstances is that, hey, that's not it. So it will take sacrifice. And if you want to, greatness is a bloody business. It takes sweat. It takes effort, consistency. And consistency may sound very attractive, but behind the scene is hard work. It is when you always want to say no. Like within, you feel like you want to say no.
So you've wanted to give up before?
I have, no, not that, but I've had challenges in terms of, it has been difficult for me to give up. Because like, there is no force powerful than an idea whose time has come. So I felt like the time that I was supposed to give up was during my phases of when I was very shy, timid. I felt like there's no sense of purpose, there's no meaning in my life. That would say during my giving up stage. But later when I gave my life to Christ and I became very dedicated in Him and my service to Him and everything, it's dawned on me and I came to myself, just like the prodigal son. He came to himself and the whole thing changed for him. That was when I got to know that now there's a whole, I can't go back now. Yes, but during the phase of which I've not stepped into that realization, I was giving up. But when I stepped into it, I've never even thought of giving up. But the challenges have been very severe. That sometimes you feel like maybe we all go through that. It's human enough to feel like I don't want to do this anymore, but not of giving up. Yes, it's maybe I want to just take a pause, but not say I'm giving up on something that.
What's the age group within which you normally mentor?
Okay, so the target audience from teenagers to young adults, but I also have phases like leaders, maybe those beyond that. But in terms of the target audience, I can say the real ones from teenagers to young adults, like maybe from, depending, maybe from 35, 40, but I also do more. But these are like my strong base.
You talk about young adults. We live in a country where a lot of young adults feel like giving up because they believe that the society, the system they find themselves in does not give to them. It only takes away from them. You are mentoring them. You have about 1,000 mentors that you have already mentored. What do you say to the person who's done and done and done, hits the end, has come to the end of the rope, has come to the end of their wits, has all of their talents within them, it's bubbling in their belly, yet they cannot express it as they want to. They have put together resources and they have not been able to do as much. What do you tell them?
First, you empathize with them first. Yes, that is how to lift people, you first have to touch them first. So let them know that, hey, this is what I'm even currently going through, or I've been there before, but you see how I'm doing well. So sometimes I try not to always elevate my successes, but I also let them, I mention my failures, my setbacks, for them to appreciate where I am. And yes, I actually empathize with them or sympathize with them because, one, the system that we trusted or believed in it to take us to school, after when we are done, it's not giving us jobs to do. It's not giving us what we actually deserve. So definitely, if you're a young person, you'll be frustrated. You have gone through all the right channel for you to be where you are, but it looks like the opportunities are not coming. So what do? Do you sit and wallow in self-pity, or you blame the system, whilst you can do something with yourself? So for me, for instance, I've been in that phase before, and I'm doing things by myself. And I discovered myself. I started my own business that I was doing. I had people who could believe in it. Yes.
But there are people who have tried it themselves and it's not working.
They have tried. So do you want to give up? If you give up, you won't know where you can get to. If you give up now, you won't know where you can get to. So what I'll just say is that it is okay. It is normal to feel that way. It's human enough to feel that way, to express that. But don't lay a mat there and sleep in there. Just encourage yourself. you find yourself in a community where it can also inspire action. Maybe perhaps sometimes we find when you plant a mango seed in a flower vase, right, with a little bit of soil, the mango would grow, but it will not grow to become it has destined to grow. But when you plant the same flower mango seed in a big fertile soil, right, it grows, it shoots up. So sometimes we should also do self-assessment. Maybe the reason you are not actually seeing that fruit or that result that you want could be that your growth has been restricted by the environment you find yourself in. So audit yourself, check the environment. Maybe they are limiting you, or also move into spaces, network, move into rooms that opportunities are being shared. And how do you do that? Sign up for conferences. If there are other courses you can take online, do that. Someone could say, but I've taken all these courses, I've done a whole lot of that. But if you give up now, how would you see the end? If you give up in the middle, how would you see the end? So I wouldn't say, hey, I'm not coming to say motivate you or to do that, but I'm just encouraging you that if you give up now, you won't see the end. So keep at it. Who knows? You are closer than when you first believed.
You are closer than when you first believed, indeed. Let's move away and look at climate issues. You have received awards on climate.
Yes.
You're a climate ambassador.
Okay.
Environmental issues. All of these are important. We are a country that is facing huge environmental issues, like Ghana say, but it looks like it is far removed from us. We don't seem to realize as regular people in the country that these issues are going to cost us. As a climate ambassador yourself, how do you feel when you look at what's happening in Ghana? First of all,
Albert Einstein said that if you want to change if he has maybe an hour, right, or 1 minute to change the world, he will first use either 55 minutes to identify the problem, or maybe 55 seconds to identify the problem, or use 5 minutes or 5 seconds to solve it. We are the problem. Who are the stakeholders involved? We have the big guys there and those who work. When you go to the site, you won't see any big person in there actually being part of it. But we have our own people who are also involved, maybe because of money and other things. So is this what we want as a people, as a community? And we later sit down after destroying our own water bodies. Later we sit down to talk about it or to make noise that government should do. Meanwhile, we ourselves, we are the government. We are part of the whole thing that is happening. So what I would just say is that we just have to have, we should be committed in the fight and also working on our own, like in terms of...
These are young people, that say they don't have jobs.
Yes.
And somebody has employed them to mine. They are mining. At the end of the week, the money they see, they've not seen some before. They're telling them that they should stop and sit at home. Don't go hungry and die. So how do we...
So if something is giving you all that you want and taking all that you need, is it worth it?
At the point,
I know
what they want.
I know. So, but the price that you pay is going to cost more than what you're actually struggling to get now.
So how do we reconcile it for Ghanaians to understand that this may be giving you the money, but these environmental issues that will cost us, that will cost the generations coming?
I think government or the leaders, right, should create systems or to come up with initiatives or job opportunities, something that could also engage. We should expand more of our job offers, opportunities and other things that young people can also, because all this is as a result of, because of there is no unemployment, that is what is boosting and encouraging all this. Or even if there is unemployment, the wages that are being paid to other people is not something encouraging. So someone will say, okay, if I can go to a site and get this amount per day, or just entering into this hole just to get something, the person would be encouraged to do so. But so what I would say, the government or the systems in place should put structures in place where young people can be recruited, or even if there are no more white collar jobs and other things, we could create, look at the potentials and the capabilities of young people and create something around them, their interests, where they can also adapt to it and make, because it's not easy. I won't say this nicely. It would really take a whole lot of things to change what is happening in the system, and also encourage our youth out there that there are also consequences, because your health is also at stake, in as much as to your life is also at risk.
At risk.
So what the Bible say, okay, I'm just going for it. If I perish, I perish. But know that there are other people who are also counting on you, and you are more worth it than what you actually say. How much will they even pay you? I watched a documentary, and some of them were even being paid 50 Ghana cedis per just by doing that, and others don't. So that's why they want to go more and more. But I will actually encourage the government to also look into it, and also find a way where we can resolve this. And also young people, those also who are caught up in doing such things too, should really review and know that they actually are at risk, their health, their life as well. At the same time, our future generations to come. So if you are giving people all that, if they are giving us all that we want, at the same time taking all that we need, then what is the point?
What is the point? You're an author of 10 books.
Yes.
Run us through some of your books, the titles of the books and what they seek to
okay, so the first book, I wrote it in 2019. Okay. I took 3 days to write it.
Interesting.
Yes, the first book, but I published it in 2020 during the COVID. So that is in your hands. In your hands, there is greatness and treasure in store. It has to do with you identifying your seedling, your potential, like the experience I shared when I was growing up, how being confidence, you identifying your talent, and also putting your talents into use, and how it can multiply. So just like even the book that I was writing, I even didn't believe I could write a book, right? I never even believed even how to go about it and all that, and even how people would even patronize me. I didn't even believe that I had self-talk. People also kind of discouraged me that, hey, you're a young person who's going to read your book. You know, I had like people are by professors, people who are very astute, like those who are really prominent. Who are you? Even how many people would buy that? So this was something that I was actually battling with, but I actually believed, and this is something that God placed inside of me, and I have to nurture. So from there, 2020, I came up with In Your Hands, and 2021, I came up with a Thriving Land. That actually opened door for me, and it made an impact. I think I had some sales in UK, and make an impact. Lives were being touched from there. And so In Your Hands talks about the bold steps to take in any space that you want to go. What steps are you taking to become who you want to become? People actually are praying for higher heights, but they are not willing to take steps. So it was all about you appreciating the journey, but also taking steps to where you want to get to. And 2022, I came up with 2 books. That is The Deep and Growth is Not Automatic. So the growth is not automatic, talking about in terms of you can't always talk about maybe you want to fly without even trying to flap your wings. Right? So in as much as you want to fly, and maybe there may be circumstances or things that are trying to limit you, try flapping your wings. Who knows, there might be an opportunity for you to fly. And the deep has to do with you always casting your net into the deep, not on shallow waters, but also trying to discover something new about yourself. And as I mentioned, the great things you have discovered about you so far is based on how well you have mined or dug. That means there is more to unearth. Yes, and 2023, I came up with 3 books called The Starving Royal. The Starving Royal, and that has to do with you not starving the potential that you have inside you.
The potential inside you is the royal.
Yes, many people, there are so many royalty inside of us. The gift, the talent, something new, but we starve them. We starve because we feel like it's not time yet. We starve because we feel like the system is not being fair to us. So then we rather limit ourselves, settle in the cage without doing that. Yes, and so that's Starving Royal. And Small House, Big Room. It's also amplifying Small House, Big Room. That is Despise No Little Beginnings. It's actually emphasizing on you appreciating the little steps that you are taking. Right, so it is not the rains that actually little drops of water makes a mighty ocean, but the consistency.
So every book has had a theme
for it. Yes.
Which one is your favorite? The book that really speaks to you as Nanak Abrante?
I think all really. There's glimpses in all of them, but I would say my first love is the first. That would say the first time. That was something I was expressing myself. You could find more of me. I think in the second chapter about confidence, I did share my story about when I was in business school.
So the first book, the second chapter,
all of them.
No, but tell us about the second chapter that talks about confidence.
I think the confidence it's just about there was this I shared a bit of my story about me not knowing how to speak in front of people and how people try to belittle you. Felt like, okay, like you can't do it. Even with the book, when I was writing, I felt like I can't do this. But the confidence that really sparked inside of me to begin to I want people to go check out the book. Yes, check out the book in your hands. The second chapter, you'll find more of that too as well. And also, I've mentioned the seed, right? Okay, seventh. So the starving, small house, big room. So the eighth, the seventh one, sorry, that's my heartbeat for you. That happens to be a kind of love poems with a bit interspersed with character study, character development, and how to engage with people in a room, whether in a relationship or in a business or any way. Every room has a language, and you need to read them before you can actually interpret them. Otherwise, you'll be muted in the room and all that. So these are like the seventh. The other seven book and the eighth one, that is the latest now. That is Sit on Me, I'll Hatch. Sit on Me, I'll Hatch. And I actually used it metaphorically when a mother hen would always sit on its eggs until it hatches. So it is the responsibility of the mother hen to sit on you, but it's also your responsibility as a chick in that egg to hatch by yourself. So it's talking about a system. The government can do whatever they can do. Your parents, your tutors, your institution can do whatever they want to do to help you, to make sure you are protected. But it's also your responsibility to hatch by it. No matter the pressures that the hawks are actually arrowed or target on the at the mother hen or the chicks, you never see the mother hen actually hatching for the chick. It is the chick who actually hatch. So that is it. And mental intercourse has to do with the mental, and the person you actually engage with is how the mental intercourse with you and all that. So I use that metaphorically. And the last not least is the beautiful gate of life, talking about how sometimes people would want you to pick something at the top and it'll tell you that your armpit is bushy. Right? So these are like my 10s, and I have a new one coming up very soon, hopefully this year.
So you'll be, the new one will make it 11 books. A very interesting titles of the books.
Yes.
I mean, it gives you a certain glimpse into who the writer is and what the writer wants you to pick. But that's interesting. Let's look at the diplomacy aspect. You've done Model UN. You've won awards that have put you in places where diplomats assemble. Have they in any way also shaped your thinking?
Yes, one way of that, new levels comes with exposures, right? And any step you take further, it should something that should inspire you. You shouldn't remain, you should be content in every level you get to, but you shouldn't remain where you are. Contentment means you are making peace with the process. So with this diplomat and all that, that actually encouraged me. So it has broadened my horizon and my outlook on how I see things, on how I can have fresh voices and situations, maybe see it differently. Sometimes when you are at the ground, you feel like, okay, this is the thing, this is how you're supposed to go to. But when you enter into the room and you see how things are, you tend to appreciate it more, to even be bolder than how you even took a look, like how you even observed it from the standpoint. Yes, so it has shaped me in terms of my research and how I actually engage with people, to deal with people in the rooms you find yourself in, and also to be able to articulate any message that you want to say. And I think with my spoken word poetry and my writing, it has been one avenue for me to highlight it more than even if I was supposed to go and speak, because I've been into spaces and other things where I've had opportunity with the president, not once, but more than that, to engage, and also not here in Ghana too as well, and other countries and also as well. Leaders and prime ministers as well. So it has shaped me in my thinking, in your conversation. You get to appreciate their thought and their views on how they think, and also how they also believe in young people. But it's just unfortunate that we have other people too who are not also creating that safe space for many people to do well. But I think it has been a whole stepping stone for me.
Is that why you have also set up your mentorship program, so that what you get is what you also give? I think
I even started doing that even before that higher exposure started coming. I think the mentorship had to do with people. I had people reaching out to me on my socials or any places you go. Oh, I want you to mentor me. And you can't be at a particular place at the same time, like many places at the same time. So I created a system, a structure where you can, multiplication is you impacting to others, and to do that. And one of the models I use in my mentorship space is that, so you watch me as I do it, right? We do it together. You do it, I watch you. Now you do it and take someone along. right? So I created that system where we could have more people being trained, more mentored, and they can also take it out there and make impact. So let's say if we have to go on a tour, maybe in Kumasi or in other regions, and I'm also caught up with an engagement in different regions, I can send a delegation who can also do the job very well, and they are doing well. We have various departments. We have the health department called the AMedics. We have had about outreach about 4. We have a fifth one coming up, I think next 2 months or next month. They are about. We also have other departments, the counseling team, the innovators team, the advocacy team, and also we have about 4 departments or 5 that we are actually.
When you go out, what is it called? This mentorship program,
I think Awesome Thinkers Network International.
Yes, that is all. All of the departments. So
no, so we have the AMedics. When you are going to undertake an initiative, the AMedics of Awesome Thinkers Network. Yes,
that's interesting.
The A Creatives of Awesome Thinkers Network, and also we have I think debate.
The A is the Awesome.
Yes, the also yes. So the Awesome Thinkers Network. So and that's what. And many people have also identified some of them that came in. Some of them were student leaders, others too were students like professionals who were not there yet, but they have been derived and now they are even leading. And some of them too, when they were students, I actually saw potential. One of the ways to boost the potentials of young people is to give them responsibilities, create an environment for them where they can incubate that greatness that they have inside of them to work. And they are doing, others who have gotten opportunity outside the country and they are even doing better, and more have been recruited. So yes, I think we have a limited team, but we also have volunteers running activities we do, and we have also members. About let's say, I think we are 30. These are like people you can bank on, and we have other initiatives and other things. So
how are you looking at expanding, say, in the next 2 years, 5 years?
Okay, so we have that was last year. Last year we set up 3 chapters. So we have Nigeria, Kenya, and Sierra Leone.
Okay, that's nice.
So yes, and
including Ghana.
Yes, including Ghana. So that's
it.
4. And we are trying to work. So they are about 1 year old. We are trying to put up structures, and we have leaders in Kenya because we have one of the presidents that we had. We had 2 presidents and vice. So one of them said, is it Nairobi, and the other one is in Mombasa because of how the location and the distance and other things. So and Sierra Leone too, and Nigeria. So we are trying to expand at the same time to trying to build something. We are not in a hurry. Though there are offers, when are you coming? When are you coming to do this? But we are taking it one step at a time, trying to build. At the same time, not neglecting our own community, because you can't pour from an empty cup. So we as members are also trying to do better by improving ourselves, not always doing a show for people to see that yes, you guys are doing this for the glamour.
How do you stay grounded as a person? There's a lot that you're doing, so much creativity, so much advocacy. There's just a lot around you. How do you stay grounded as a person so that you do not lose the very essence of you that started all of this?
I think structure. Structure. And I think many people ask, hey, so you are doing this and all that, and you seem to be doing that beautifully and very well. Like maybe you're not just doing this, you leave it, but anything that I touch to the glory of God works. And I don't jump into something because I feel somebody is doing it. I actually make sure there's a whole lot of thought that goes through, and a lot of prayer and some assessment that happens. So when I just kickstart, then that means you're ready for business. We are still going. Yes, there may be challenges here and there, but we are still. So structure has kept me grounded, and also to have mentors or people around who you seek to also advise you. So it shapes, and also having people who are very, very reliable that you can believe, who can take in certain kind of things for you without you not doing so much to lose your peace in the process.
So you don't get overwhelmed?
No, I don't. When I get overwhelmed, I feel like, okay, maybe I'm back on a particular project or a task, and maybe we are not meeting deadlines. Maybe in terms of the target that we have, we are not getting, but definitely we end up meeting that deadline. So I don't really get too much overwhelmed sometimes, but not
so much.
Not so much.
Well, let me give you the opportunity to speak into the camera. Speak to a young person who is going through their own challenges, a young person who feels that it is beyond them to rise from the ashes, who feels that they cannot expand beyond the tank they find themselves in.
Yes, Makara.
That's it.
Okay. You know, there is so much greatness and potentials inside of you. If you give up in the middle, how would you see how fruitful the end will become? You didn't come too far to leave now, and it's not enough to keep praying for higher heights if you are not ready to take steps. So if you are believing God for something bigger and you want to go higher, then be willing and ready to take steps, and also create a community or find yourself in a community that will challenge you, that would inspire you, and also to do better for yourself. And if you're also your own cause, kindly rethink what you have been working past on the inside, and know that increase starts on the inside. Increase, influence. So you first have to influence yourself first, influence your inner world before you can make an impact outside. So never give up, believe in God, and be consistent at what you are doing. It will take time, and keep being awesome.
Keep being awesome. But before we let you go, Nanak, Abrante, I'd let you give us how we can reach you, how we can reach Awesome Thinkers Network. But it will be after you've given us a freestyle.
Okay, so I'll do that. This is in the morning, so I can begin the freestyle. Let me start with the
freestyle. Let's start with the freestyle.
All right. The city is good, but the water is bad. I'm at a beautiful gate, but still in an ugly situation. I'm close to the healing stream, but I can't jump for my healing. Sometimes I become my greatest enemy because I keep believing in the lies I tell myself each and every day that I'm not enough. Spirit, lead me. If you don't take me deeper, I doubt I'll be rooted in my faith. I want to give up, Lord. I am tired, Lord. Should I retire from this journey? Light produces heat. Holy Spirit, help me to stand this heat because I'm always at the spotlight. The enemy doesn't want me to have an intimate relationship with my God because he knows that is where the extraordinary blessings are being birthed. But I'll call upon your name. It doesn't matter how broken, rejected, and tired I am, I will still rise to the top. So I say, the city is good, but the water is bad. I'm at a beautiful gate, but still in an ugly situation. I'm close to the healing stream, but I can't jump for my healing. Sometimes I become my greatest enemy because I keep believing in the lies I tell myself each and every day that I'm not enough. You know, not all famines are meant to starve you. Sometimes it does happen to give you the opportunity and privilege of becoming a better person. You will never understand where God wants to take you until you get to the place where you have always been before you understand that. That is when you say, He told me to fix my eyes on him. So I fix my eyes on him like watching the State of the Nations address. Fellow Ghanaians, things might race through our minds anytime we give the chance. It is tempting to worry about a lot of things when it does not go on our behalf. But wait, can our worries bring a solution? If no, then why do you worry? Worry, they say, does not empties tomorrow's sorrows, but empties today's strength. Worries can make you tempted and frustrated to the extent that when you see your mate at the rate of race, of making speed rightly at your face, as you sit to meditate, you begin to contemplate and you see all the scars of defeat all over your face. But wait, let not all your worries be a God for you to meditate on. Worry is a misuse of time and imagination. Keep being awesome, Nanak Abrante. And also you can check out my socials, Nanak Abrante, NANAK_Abrante, ABRANTE on all socials. Also check out, you can also follow up on Awesome Thinkers Network International on IG, Instagram, and also on Facebook as well. And we have an upcoming event that we are actually rolling out this next month. Also to support us, to volunteer, to make an impact, and to reach more people. You can reach out to this number 02465629969, 02465629969. If you want to reach me for a performance or maybe consultation or anything in regards to book writing, speaking, engagement, you can reach out to the number as well. Keep being awesome.
Indeed, keep being awesome. Nanak, I'll return my own words to you and say, you too keep being awesome. We wish you well. We pray for you that you would continue to expand your horizons, and then your books, your words, whatever you do also reaches the right audience and also impacts them. Thank you for coming, Nanak.
Thank you very much for that.
So you know Nanak Abrante now. If you did not know him first, you know him now. You should check him out on social media, like he says, Nanak Abrante, and interact with him. Invite him to your programs. Let him come in, serenade you with some spoken word. Buy his books. Invest into the work he's doing so that he reaches more people than he has even thought about. Nanak Abrante, thank you so much for joining me. And thank you for joining me this morning on ABC in the morning. It's been a great time with you on the show. Quite a number of comments this morning on the show. All of the comments I've decided to hide. I find them now. I'll read them before we go. I'd wanted to open the phone lines. Unfortunately, I do not have so much time this morning. And so as I read the messages I got on Facebook, you can actually call and I'll pick up your calls. 0247257224, 0247257224. You can call and share your thoughts with me. And this is Teacher Kujo Tepenyunesuso, who says this damage control and political persecution won't do the NDC any good. Your people are now worried about the future, about the near future. It is clear that the NDC is scared of Marcos Abuaji and wants to intimidate him into keeping quiet. But Ghanaian voters are watching. Those who praise you today will be the very people who will shout, crucify you tomorrow. Greetings to Asanteman Koka, Honorable Eric Nanajiman Prempempi for Hafano North and JFK and Nana B. All right, Teacher Kujen from Tepa and Yunesuso, we hear you. This is also from Onheneba Kwating Otabil in Nswatre. Politicians don't really learn. You want to use bill conditions as deterrent for your political opponents? How long will you be in power to assume that they would forget when the tables turn? Will you have the conscience to speak tomorrow should similar treatment be meted out to you? For me, I am against this theatrics today, tomorrow, and any day, regardless of who is in charge. Bills should not be used as tools to punish people who haven't been proven guilty. I'm not saying police or IOCO shouldn't arrest any politician who misuses or steals money. The right thing needs to be done, and he sends big thanks to all Sunyane West constituency NPP delegates for voting massively for Ejare Isaac AI as second vice chairman for Sunyane West. And finally, Masawood Kumasi Bantuma says the NDC should carefully consider the political implications of repeatedly arresting members of the opposition. History has shown that actions perceived as targeting political opponents can strengthen their support base rather than weaken it. With a 4-year mandate entrusted to them by the people, Ghanaians expect the government to prioritize governance, economic development, job creation, and improvement in public services, focusing heavily on the arrest of political opponents risk diverting attention from these core responsibilities and may ultimately work to the opposition's advantage. And he adds, #StillBaumyambeba 2028 and sends regard to Honorable Sampine, National Vice Chairman, hopeful of the NPP. Well, thank you for your comments this morning. Thank you to you, my viewers, my texters, my callers. There's no ABC in the morning without you. I thank you so much for spending the time with me this morning. Thank you to the production and technical team for putting together today's show. You can still catch the show Facebook and YouTube because we stream, and so at any point you can watch it. We'll post snippets on all our socials, and so interact with us at ABC News GH _ and our website where we bring you all of the news as it happens and in real time, www.abcnewsgh.com. I am ABENA MANTE. I wish you the very best of your Tuesday. It's a beautiful Tuesday, 14th July.
Hallelujah.
Keep your head up, keep focused, and stay alive. Hallelujah. Enjoy the day.